Practice, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta think of things as practice, because if you stop being the student and you think you're the master, then you start judging yourself in ways that doesn't allow you to continue to learn. Think of things as practice. Practice. Remaining the student. Document, don't create. Document your journey instead of creating some kind of fake production. And here was the interesting thought from earlier. We're always signaling. So like meditation, for example. People are like, oh, I meditated for 20 hours. Or, I meditated every day this week. It's signaling. We're always like, look at me. Look at how many books I read compared to really thinking about how much you understood from all the books that you read, and having that as a personal accomplishment rather than a signaling thing, an accomplishment to other people. So we're always like, look at me, like, rather than look at yourself. It's like, rather than looking at yourself, we're looking at how other people look at us. It's like a second degree lens that we're not actually looking at ourselves. Instead, we're focusing on how other people look at us. And it's interesting how we can, at least for me, I've gone through most of my life subconsciously looking at myself as how I would think other people would look at me, when the reality is we have no idea how somebody else thinks of us, even though they may tell us. And it could be your mom, your dad, the closest person in your life, your partner, your spouse. But the truth is, as close as you can get to somebody, it's not like they are in here. It's not like they know what you think and they know how you feel. And it's not like you know what they think and you know how they feel. Once again, we can try to get as close as we can, but the truth is there's a gap. So instead of looking at ourselves, how we think other people look at us, we should just start looking at ourselves without the layer. And keeping it in mind that we do this thing where we subconsciously look at ourselves through the filter of how other people look at us, maybe we can consciously limit that and just start to look at ourselves. The little note from this morning was, we're always signaling, like, look at me. It's like, rather than looking at yourself, we're looking at how other people look at us. So instead of looking at yourself like other people look at you, just look at yourself. It might help in adding a little peace, health, and happiness to all of our lives. And when the wave of negativity is as big and strong as it is, it's a responsibility for each one of us to communicate our optimism, our happiness, and our peace if we're feeling it. Boom! Be back in the future. Love you, ladies and gentlemen.